Hey guys, it's Megan. Welcome again to Owlie's Books and Movies. Today I am filming my very first Christmas book tag. It is called the Christmas Song Book Tag, and it was created by Hales Hearts NYC. I wasn't tagged by anybody, but because it's my first year on BookTube, I thought, why not do a couple of Christmas tags? They look like a lot of fun. So, let's get started. The first song is You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. Name a villain that you couldn't help but love. I don't like villains if they're rotten to the core, but the two that I picked, Snape from the Harry Potter series and Gollum from Lord of the Rings, are actually complex villains. Like, they didn't start out that way, and so I sort of forgive them for the things that they do because I know that deep down they didn't always start out that way. Question number 2. All I Want for Christmas is You. Pick a book that you hope to see under your Christmas tree, and I picked 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. This just looks like such a great book. It just looks really complex. I love Claudia Gray's stuff. I loved her Evernight Vampire series that she did a few years ago. And this cover just looks so gorgeous. It is so pretty. I can't wait. I can't wait to see if I get it this year. Question 3. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Name a character that overcomes obstacles and learns to believe in themselves. For this, I had to go with Gerald from Reality Boy by A.S. King. This was a really great story. If you know anything about this book, you know that Gerald, when he is around 5 years old, is put on a reality show, and as a result of that, grows up with more problems than they would have thought could be caused by him being on the reality show. He grows up very angry, and there's a lot of problems with his family. There's a lot of problems in his family. It's kind of crazy, but I definitely think that you should check this out. He's just really great because he's able to see past his problems, see the root of them, and he's able to overcome them. So it's really great. Question 4. Santa Claus is coming to town. This is a two-part question. The first one is name a character that would be at the top of your naughty list, and the second part is name the characters at the top of your nice list. For the naughty list, I would go with Mr. Wickham from Pride and Prejudice. This guy is a player in more ways than one. Won't give too much away, but it's kind of the problems that you would expect: women and gambling and, yes, Jane Austen goodness. You should definitely check that out. For the nice list, I'm going with Dickon from The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. This is also a magical story, which you need to check out. He is just the nicest kid you can imagine, and really understanding and wise beyond his years. I think he's like 12, and he's just awesome. Question number 5. Frosty the Snowman. Name a book that melts your heart. I'm going to go with The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak because I remember I was reading it. Once I got into it, I could not stop reading it. And I just bawled. I was just crying for such a long time. And I know it affected me like days afterwards. I would think about it and just get really depressed. But in a good way, because I knew it was such a strong and powerful story. You should definitely read that one too. Question 6. Feliz Navidad. Pick a book that takes place in a country other than your own. And I selected Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. This is a great historical standalone about a girl and her family who I believe go to a concentration camp in Russia. And there's this guy, soldier. It's not your typical love story. It's very serious and tragic at points. I remember it kind of left me raw too, just like The Book Thief. But it was really great. I remember blowing through it in less than a day because I just could not put it down. Yeah. Question number 7. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Pick a Christmas-themed book that you use to spread holiday joy. I'm going to go back to my childhood roots with this one and pick The Polar Express by Chris Van Allsburg. This is just a really beautiful story. I remember I love the illustrations too. It just felt Christmassy, like completely, 100%, the way you remember it feeling when you were a kid. Question number 8. Sleigh Ride. What fictional character would you choose to spend the holidays with? I don't know if they mean romantic or not, but just in general, for fictional characters, I would pick Anna from Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, just because I think she and I would have so much in common. Like, we both love movies. They're a huge part of our lives, and so I think she and I would have a lot to talk about. We could go see movies together and discuss them, and it would be such a lot of fun. Question number 9. Baby, It's Cold Outside. Which book that you didn't like would you sacrifice to the fire? The one that immediately comes to mind is How I Live Now by Meg Rossoff. This one I remember I did not like at all. I know it got such acclaim and a lot of people really loved it, but I didn't. I mean, I understand why a lot of people might have enjoyed it, but it just wasn't my cup of tea, and I think it was the structure. the whole fact of sentences running on and on with no paragraphs and no conversations, I just lost interest. It was really hard to keep a concentration on it, and I know that was definitely a conscious decision made on the part of the author, but I just couldn't get behind it. I'm sorry. Question number 10, the final one. Do you hear what I hear? Pick a book that you think everybody should read. I couldn't do this. I had to divide it between age groups because I'm like that. And so for a toddler, I would pick anything by the great Beatrix Potter. For someone middle grade, I would recommend, to, at the risk of not repeating myself a million times with Harry Potter, I will say A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket, because I think it was an amazing series and it taught me to be grateful for a lot of the things that I have, honestly. And for young adult, I would go with Speak by Laura House Anderson. This is very culturally significant, I think, and I remember it affected me quite a bit when I read it too, years ago. And for adults, I would pick Still Alice by Lisa Genova. This is a book, like, it should be more read, like, both men and women, because it just gets into the mind of Alzheimer's patients in a way that other books simply do not. Like, in the structure, the way it's told, the fact that the author is, I believe, a neuroscientist herself, just takes it to a whole new level. You should definitely check it out. And you should also check out the movie. I know I'm going to be. I cannot wait to see Julianne Moore's portrayal of her. Cannot wait. It's going to be fantastic. All right, everybody, so that is it for the Christmas Song Book Tag. I hope that you have enjoyed doing it as much as I have. Have you read any of the books that I have mentioned? Please let me know down below. I would love to discuss. Thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you have a lovely week, and I shall see you soon with another video. Bye!